There are teenagers online making more money than doctors and lawyers. Some 20-year-olds make so much money online every day that quite frankly it would shock your parents. You're an ambitious teenager and you clicked on this video because you want to figure out how to make money online. You see all those people online showing you their luxurious lifestyles and you want to obtain this same type of freedom for yourself. Maybe you want to travel the world to spoil your family and friends or simply to pick your own schedule. And that's exactly why in this video I'm going to share with you 12 ways to make money online as a teenager. And I'm not just going to give you a random list, I'm speaking from my own experience here. Because before I actually found out that consulting was the perfect business model for me, I tried a lot of different side hustles. The first way to make money online as a teenager is to become a video editor. The thing that you really need to understand is that ever since the pandemic and the recent lockdowns all over the world, something has profoundly changed in the way we do business. Because people could not leave their house, they stayed home instead and they used the internet a lot more. Content creators have seen massive spikes in views during the recent lockdowns, and social media apps and websites gained even more users. The University of Connecticut conducted a study in which they asked people about their social media use during and after the pandemic. What's really interesting is that they found that during the second wave in 2021, 89% of participants said that they used social media a lot more, but not just that. They kept using it just as much, even after the second wave was over. YouTube saw the biggest growth among social media platforms during the pandemic. Having a personal brand is incredibly powerful. It builds your network and it opens up a world of possibilities. When you have a big audience, it allows you to enter partnerships with other big influential people. So it's no wonder that more and more people started to post content online during the recent lockdowns. After all, they were stuck at home, so what else could they do? However, because so many people got started as well, the competition grew. And this is why you can offer your video editing services to content creators who want to grow on social media. However, if you choose to do that, be very careful. There's a lot of people offering video editing services, I can tell you that for a fact. So whenever you reach out to someone, make sure that you separate yourself from the competition by offering something unique, something different. Next up on our list is selling your homework. If you do well in school, there's plenty of other students who would be willing to pay you so that you can do their homework for them or to get access to your notes. There are two ways that you can get clients. You can either ask people in your inner circle if they want you to do their homework for them, or you can go online and ask students if they need help. For instance, you could go on forums like Reddit and make a post or DM users that you think could benefit from what you have to offer. I personally don't know a single person who loves doing their homework, so some people would definitely be willing to pay you for that. The funny thing is that when you're at school, if you get caught cheating on a test, you will be punished. However, in the real world, cheaters win. If you own a business, at some point you probably hire an accountant so that they can make sure that your finances are in order. So technically speaking, they're doing your homework for you, and you get heavily rewarded for it. Now, something else that you can do to make money online as a teenager is to sell your own digital products. Digital products can be ebooks, online courses, it can even be sheet music if you play an instrument, or it can also be music that you compose yourself. Typically, when people talk about digital products, they automatically think about ebooks and online courses, but there's more to it than just these things. Digital products are simply intangible items, non-physical items delivered electronically through the internet. So as long as you're not shipping a physical product or doing something for someone, providing a service, you're essentially selling a digital product. If you want to sell your own ebooks or online courses, you can either use platforms like Skillshare and Udemy to find clients, or you can decide to create content on social media to attract your ideal customer. However, if you want to go down that route, I have to warn you, building an audience of loyal and dedicated fans, it takes a lot of time, but it also takes a lot of work. There's a reason why so few people make it big on social media. When you're watching a short or even a regular YouTube video, it might look like it's easy to do, but in reality, there's so many things to take into consideration to think about when creating content. Now, there's a much better way to get clients online. In fact, you can get clients instantly. If you want to start your own online business, but you're not sure where to start, I have recorded a free video in which I analyze every popular online business model to figure out which one is the best to start for beginners. The link is in the description below if you're interested. Now, something else that you can do to make money online as a teenager is to complete freelance jobs. If you already have an expertise, you could create logos for businesses, for instance, or write converting email sequences for e-commerce brands. However, there are lots of freelancing skills that you can do without necessarily having any skills. To give you an example, some people would be willing to pay you in exchange of a voiceover. If you do enough jobs, you can make a few $100s on the side. Now, if you speak multiple languages or if you are a native English speaker, a great way to make money online would be to teach foreign students English. There are two ways that you can go about this. If you are a native English speaker, you can simply Google teach English to foreign students and you will stumble upon many websites looking for native English speakers to teach English to their foreign students. The good news is that most of these platforms, they allow you to teach students even if you're not qualified or even if you have no experience as an English teacher. Now, what if you're not not a native English speaker. You might not be able to use these platforms, but you could still teach English or other languages like Italian, Spanish, French to foreigners who are willing to learn. Oftentimes, tutors can be expensive, so people who are looking to learn a new language, they're often looking for cheaper alternatives. You could go on websites like Fiverr.com or even Craigslist and make a post to explain that you could teach somebody your main language. And don't forget to include your rates as well in your post. Or you could simply find people who are looking for English teachers, Spanish teachers, and just contact them. Another way to make money online as a teenager is with dropshipping. Now, if you've seen my other videos, you know what I think about dropshipping. If you're new here, I personally don't recommend that most people go about dropshipping the way that online influencers are promoting. A lot of people are going to tell you that you need to find a winning product. Usually that's done by spying on the competition. Then create a Shopify store and use Facebook ads to run some traffic on your product page and to convert strangers into customers. Sounds simple, right? Back when I was still in high school, I started a dropshipping business with my best friend at the time. We got our first sale within 30 minutes of launching our ad campaign. However, the truth is that Facebook quickly ate up all of our budget. We were not profitable in the end. And since we were both broke students at the time, we couldn't keep paying for ads, so we had to shut it down. The truth is that if you want to do dropshipping like that, you will probably need to invest at least $5,000, and that's like the bare minimum. Running ads for physical products or any kind of products, it takes so much trial and error. You have to figure out what's the right creative, what's the right copywriting. It's really difficult. It's an iterative process, which means that you will not get it right on your first try. So unless you have a good cash reserve that you can tap into in order to invest into paid ads, I don't recommend going about dropshipping this way. What you can do is that instead of trying to find winning products, which are usually trendy and seasonal products, you can create a long-term brand and then use organic marketing on social media to promote your brand. And as people in your market become more aware of your brand and they start to like your products, to buy them, you can even invest in creating your own original products. And that's how you end up building a massive brand. If you're interested in starting your own e-commerce business, I really recommend that you actually do some research about the story of Gymshark because it's really fascinating. Next up on our list is to create TikTok team pages. Now, there are a few ways that you can monetize your TikTok team page. You can either create TikTok pages in specific niches like cooking, like real estate, like traveling, and then you can sell these pages. You can use sites like FameSwap or Midman to sell your TikTok pages. Another way to make a living off of TikTok is to actually build your audience and sell them your products. For instance, if you're a fitness enthusiast, you could build a brand on TikTok and then sell merch, protein powder, workout plans, coaching. Another way to get paid on TikTok is with brand deals. Now, if you have a big audience, you'll automatically have many big brands reaching out to you to offer brand deals. Now, if you have a smaller audience, nothing is stopping you from reaching out to brands to explain why you think you'd be a good fit to promote their products. And depending on the size of your audience, they won't always be willing to pay you a lot, especially if you have a small follower base. However, a lot of the time, what they will do is to offer you a free product in exchange of a published review on your account. Another way to make money online as a teenager is to create logos for businesses. Now, if you have the graphic designing skills required to make logos, you can make them yourself. However, if you are clueless about graphic design and you're not that artistic, you can always pay another freelancer to make the logos for you. So your job would essentially be to find the businesses that are in need of a new logo to get paid, and then to find a cheap freelancer to make the logos for you. Now, if you think that this would make your business any less legitimate, you need to understand that this is exactly what every business does. Big companies hire employees, sometimes they even hire freelancers to complete the work for their clients. And this is a great business model for people who are short on time. Maybe you're really busy with school or with work and you would love to make some extra cash on the side. So as you can see, it wouldn't be too time consuming. Another way to make money online as a teenager is to create content using AI tools. You've probably seen these strange AI generated videos on YouTube Shorts or TikToks or other social media platforms. And funny enough, some people, actually it happens a lot, they accuse me of being AI generated in my short form content because I speak in a way that's a bit robotic sometimes. But I'm not an AI, it's simply my way of speaking. And as you can probably tell, English is not my first language, so I'm well aware that oftentimes I'm not going to pronounce stuff the right way. Now, I know that a lot of people are quite shy and they would love to reap all of the benefits that come with having a personal brand. However, at the same time, they're not willing to show their face online, to lose their anonymity, and to share a part of their life with the rest of the world. And to be honest, that's totally understandable. Being a public figure is simply not made for everyone, and that's the reason why so few people end up doing that job. Yes, it allows for the possibility to make millions of dollars and to connect with very wealthy and very influential people. However, you will need to sacrifice a lot just to get to that point. That's why you could use AI generated content to get more visibility for your brand. You could share your message without having to expose yourself to the public. You can even offer to create AI generated content for other people in exchange of a fee. Another way to make money online as a teenager is to build websites for businesses. Like we've talked about a bit earlier, year, with the recent lockdowns, everyone moved online. So this also means that businesses had to adapt to the shifting needs of the market and therefore move online as well. The businesses who refused to adapt, they quickly went bankrupt. The only way that restaurants and small businesses survived was by offering at-home delivery. If you do a simple Google search, you will find the websites of businesses that are listed on Google Maps. If you notice that a business doesn't have a website, you could call them or send them an email and explain that they're missing out on so many potential leads and customers because they don't have an online presence. If they're interested, you can sign them up as a client and build a website for them. You could even offer to take care of their social media presence as well. Again, if you don't have the experience to do that yourself, you can always hire a cheap and inexpensive but experienced freelancer to do the work for your clients. Now, if they already have a website, take a close look at it. Chances are it's probably going to be old, and it might not even be mobile responsive. And that's a gigantic mistake to make for any website, because most of the traffic that you get on your website, it is usually going to come from mobiles. Same thing, you can call them or email them and offer them your services. Just make sure that they understand how they will benefit from what you have to offer. It must be a no-brainer. They must feel stupid if they say no. You could either build a brand new website for them or simply update their pre-existing website. Typically, these are one-off jobs, meaning you get paid once. But the good news is that usually you can charge a higher amount for that kind of job. Another way to start making money online today as a teenager is to start your own consulting business. And in reality, throughout this video, I've already given you lots of examples of what a consulting business is. For instance, the last way that we explored on how to make money online as a teenager, it was technically speaking consulting. Now, there are a few different ways to do consulting. You can either do done for you or done with you. If you create a website for a business, for instance, it's a done for you service. It's something that you do for somebody else. Now, on the other hand, if you want to help somebody to get in shape or to find their dream partner, you can't actually do done for you because you cannot do it for them directly. You can only instruct them on what to do, and then they have to apply that knowledge and do it themselves. That's what we call done with you. What's amazing with the consulting business model is that unlike a lot of other businesses, you don't need a lot of money to start. You can even get started for free. Clients are willing to pay you anywhere from $1,500 up to $10,000 per deal. Now, it depends on what you have to offer, but all you need to get started is the right knowledge, a laptop, and a steady internet connection. So if you want to know more about how consulting works, I have recorded a free video that explains everything in detail, and I'm going to give you a 3-step process that you can use to start your own consulting business today. The link is in the description below if you are interested. And with that said, as always, I am waiting for you on the other side.